I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Salty, Ghosty, Booey.
This is...
A very special day.
A very special day, ladies and gents.
A very important friend of our channel.
Last year, you know, the Cradle of Filth was really the first kind of band we did that was in the dark genre, like the Christians React genre, which I believe that we are responsible for. Thank you, Village.
Yes.
We listened to Cradle of Filth, and then...
Yes, we had our white sweatshirts on.
We had our white sweatshirts.
Yeah.
It started, we had no idea, but it was going to start a relationship with somebody that is just a genuine friend of ours.
Yeah.
Outside of the Vin and Sori Cradle of Filth. Just
right.
We've made a genuine human connection, and she's one of our favorite human beings on the planet, which will not affect your rating.
No, we do not guarantee positive reviews.
But it's Lindsay SchoolCraft. We had such a great time with her. Love her music.
Yeah.
She's been gracious to, you know, we've kept stuff under wraps because our sister sent us some music. She said, you know, a year ago. You know, So anyway, this is really, we did one of her songs before, but this is like an actual video, real life, featuring Lindsay.
Yep.
She hit me up last night, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. She's in New Zealand right now on vacation. So, like, she's like, yeah, I got this video, we're gonna release it tomorrow, if you guys interested in doing a review. I'm like, are you serious?
Absolutely!
Send it to us!
Yeah.
Me!
Us!
So, it's Lindsay SchoolCraft. It's from her record. This is called Savior. I'm very, very excited. I don't want to talk anymore. Let's just do it.
Okay, ready? And go!
Full screen, full screen.
When I'm your sacred flame, and you take, and you take, and you take, and it's never enough till I break with mistakes. Then you see I'm not some perfect God. I am not the Savior that you see. I can't
exactly what tomorrow will bring. What?
I don't know. Send me the lyrics, SchoolCraft. God almighty.
You must have been able to really relate with this song.
I am not the savior that you seek, you weirdo.
Huh?
I was just saying I'm not the savior.
Yeah. Don't you?
Savior
Yeah.
that you
You
seek.
must have been really.
Yeah, I can relate. I can relate to
Yeah,
that
because
song
I've seen
a little
you in
bit.
so many different situations where people do that with you. They want you to be that savior. She said, "I can only give so much today." No.
Well, yeah. Well, I kind of saw it at the Slipknot concert. You know, where Corey came over to our side.
Yep.
And then he just put his hands out, and everybody was like, "Hurrah!" Just
Yeah.
to touch his hand, and I was just
Yeah.
like, I was like, this is really curious, because like that's how people were with Jesus. They just wanted to touch, just let me touch him. You know, and you know, rock and roll, metal is the community is it's different than like the hip hop community. Hip hop community, you absolutely idolize, you know, whatever, but you don't really feel like, especially as rappers get more and more successful, there becomes this gap. You know what I mean? Between you know, the audience and the singer, because then the rapper starts talking about money and jewels and mansions and all that. Okay, she got us the lyrics, perfect.
Good.
So you know, like if you're a hip hop head, like there's a connection, but with metal, it's just completely different because some of these people you grow up with, like, and your timeline matches their timeline, and you go through life together with them to get to a certain point. Like,
well, yeah, you timestamp your life a lot of times with what records came out at what times.
oh yeah,
So,
well, I do, yeah. That's and so like with metal, you latch on to somebody and they definitely become a Christ figure. I mean, there's no. We're gonna put the lyrics here because Lindsay got me the lyric. I'm like, yo, Lindsay, I need the lyrics, girl. And so we're gonna be able to actually review them. But and you know, Lindsay. The other thing about, I think, a rock star now is even more in kind of trouble with this.
Absolutely.
The messianic implications of their job because of social media.
Yep.
So what happens is you're just thinking to yourself, oh, well, I can message a few folks here and stay connected to our folks and our fans or whatever. But then becomes, and then they start telling you all their problems and yada yada yada, and then all this happens, and she's like, yo, I'm one person. She's working on this project. She's working on this side project. She's in one of the biggest bands of all time,
and she has her own life,
and she has her own life. I remember Lindsay was for a while, she was like doing makeup and stuff at a mall while she was in Cradle of Filth, because you know it's a passion for all, like, you have no idea how difficult it is to balance all of that. You know, like somebody said yesterday, like, how the hell do you guys do it? You're homeschooling these kids, you're doing 2 or 3 channels, you have a full-time job, yada yada yada. But it's a lot different with us, though, because we've got an actual community. So that if somebody if it's like 2 or 3 o'clock and I'm talking to Pony or I'm talking to Peter or whatever, like, it's like, I love it, it's cool. And if I don't have the time to have the conversation, I just stop talking. But there's so many other people in the village where people can kind of we've got an actual community, so we don't feel the weight of that anymore. I think I've learned my lesson over time. So now the village is perfect, because when I have the energy to engage, I can engage, and when I don't, I can pull out. And then there are I see other conversations where people are helping each other out. And sometimes we need the help. So I did a fireside like 3 or 4 firesides ago. It was just because I had read something terrible. Another person died of insulin, horrible, and then I was able to just have a fireside and hang out with our friends, and I felt better afterwards.
I was gonna say, when you said that you were gonna do it, I thought that's good, because I felt like it was gonna be therapeutic for you as well to just hang out with everybody and stuff. So
and so, like, we've been able to have a very good balance. But when you are
Yeah.
like at her level, and then people like try to like emotionally manipulate you. Oh, I guess you're too big now to talk. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, she's too big to talk to you because she's touring all over the fucking
Yeah.
planet. You weirdo.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She's not like you. Like,
honestly.
they're never gonna come out and say that.
Yeah.
They're never gonna come out and say that. But those are the facts. Like,
Remember back in the day, like, if you wanted to get in contact with somebody, you might send them a letter or something, and if you got anything, like a piece of paper with a signature on it, people were losing their minds.
I remember that.
Now, you get one response from these people, and you're dissatisfied with the
Yeah.
fact that you got just one response.
yeah.
So now you're
Yeah.
like, what the heck? You know, it's just wild.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
And I also know that, you know, and Lindsay has never, ever, ever dissed her where she came from. Never.
Right.
But I
Right.
do know that there are, you know, Jesus said a prophet isn't received in his own hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you become a person that, I'm very, very happy that there's certain people that are in this area, if they knew who we were, forget it. You know what I mean? Like, you just have haters wherever you go, and once they see you get successful, then I think that a lot of people in Lindsay's situation, they get manipulated by people throwing the guilt trip at them and oh, you don't have time. And
Yeah.
da, da, da. It's like,
Well, she, you know, she's a kind-hearted person, so I'm sure that
it's true.
that's got to make it a little bit more tough. I was listening to, I love spoken words, so I listen to, sometimes when I'm cooking or whatever, I'll just, you know, put my, Vin got me these headphones that are wireless, they're perfect, so I can listen to my stuff, and it's, you know, I was listening to this spoken word where this guy he was communicating the same thing. He was talking about the weight that he feels, and he's like basically saying, look, I'm just a regular person, and I just happen to put these words together, and for some reason people have liked it, and I've blown up bigger than I ever expected to, but you know, like somebody I guess had reached out to him and said that somebody had committed suicide, and they said they tried to reach out to you before they did, and he's like, you know, like it's just too much. Like, why are you putting that on a single person? Like, it's not his fault that, you know, he was so busy that he can't respond to the thousands of emails, and he probably didn't even see that one from that kid. And it's just to put all of that pressure on a person because they're in the public eye is just, it's not right, you know?
I'm not the savior that you seek. I can't bear the weight of your prayers.
Right.
Do not worship me.
Right.
See, you don't really realize that making a god out of a person is actually one of the most dehumanizing things that you can do. Because God doesn't slumber or sleep, and he
Right.
never gets tired.
Right.
And that's what we say about Jesus, right? Is that he was completely divine and completely human.
And he feels the weight of our
Sadakt.
suffering.
Sadakt. And it's very interesting because Jesus, as far as I know, is the only person who's explicitly said, give me all your problems.
Yep. Come to me, all you who are weak and heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
I'll give you rest because I'm meek and lowly of heart. Like that guy, sure, but you know, we always crucify our messiahs.
And then you got a bunch of gods running around saying, worship me, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
serve me. And they're not willing to take anything. Like, Jesus put himself.
Yeah, messiahs always get crucified.
Yeah.
And so when she's saying like, hey, I'm not the savior that you seek, it's because she's probably been crucified a bunch of times by people who are, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
being the savior is not fun. You have to die and you have to sacrifice over and over again, and there is an infinite weight of problems that
Yeah.
you know, and then what happens is like you kind of, when you're such a kind-hearted, good-hearted, empathetic person, like you put yourself out there to people, and then you quickly realize, wait a second, there's going to be no end to this shit. So then you pull backwards, and then all of a sudden it's all the flashes of light through the night. I'm wide awake. Sanctuary for me. I can't keep when I'm your sacred place. Yikes. See, I'm looking at that as a phone.
Oh.
Like you're trying to, like, so it's flashes of light through the night, I'm wide awake. Sanctuary for me, I can't keep.
You're right.
So,
I
like-
bet you that's what that is.
So you're just alone in bed, like having your little quiet time, whatever it is she does. I don't know what she
Notification.
does. Probably
Notification.
eating hummus or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, like living fabulously vegan or whatever, and then bang, 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 bang.
Yep.
You know, and then I can't have my own sanctuary when I am your sacred place.
Yeah.
And she does the video in a church. Very smart. Very, very, very
See what
smart.
you're doing.
I see what you're doing. You know, the other thing about her is I was like, she should really go into acting.
Yes. Yeah.
There's some people that do videos and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, okay, but like, she should really,
She
really.
put the drama up there.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. Well, it's because you're trying to. I saw an interview with Madonna one time, and it was MTV going over like the inception of the music video. And at the beginning of music videos, people were saying, "Well, it's not genuine because you're acting or whatever." And Madonna's like, "Well, what do you think I'm doing on stage?" Mm-hmm. She's like, "The stuff that I do on stage is not stuff that normal people do, dummy." You know what I mean? It's like, obviously. So like you're expressing something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And some people do it better than others, but I genuinely believe the shit that she was saying with her body language. And you take and you take and you take, and it's never enough till I break with mistakes and you see I'm not some perfect God. Yeah, and then immediately comes the finger pointing.
Yep.
Your life in my hands, this demand is so unfair. Now where has my time gone? Are my rights wrong? You're not getting better. Yikes.
Yeah. Yep.
It's and you take and you take and you take. When will this stop? It's too late, and I hate what we create, and you still want it all. Yikes. Yeah, it's like I said. I don't think that we're really gonna understand the unhealthy effects of social media until 20 years from now when they do some study or whatever. And
absolutely.
And we'll realize that it's been pretty destructive. There's only so much.
You skip this one.
It's not that I don't care now that I can't be there. Did all I could to help. Only you can save yourself because I'm not the savior that you seek.
Yeah.
And then the last line is, there's only so much I can give away today. I know exactly what tomorrow will bring because
of yesterday.
Which is, you're still going to complain.
You're still going to complain. You're still going to take.
You're still going to be miserable.
And you're not going to try to get up on your own 2 feet.
And you're still going to be ungrateful. But again, I'm very, very glad for our community because I've had this experience, the last church experience we were in, it was just constant, like constant. If I didn't respond to somebody's 3:43 in the morning Facebook message, and I saw that
they were always sniping you.
I saw that you saw it, and da 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 da. Some guy you are, da da da. It's like
I couldn't believe how many times people would do that.
And that's why when I was done with them, I was done with them. Like I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, and I learned that lesson, and and now it's like we've got a whole community of people, and there's conversations happening right now that I'm not privy to, and I think that that's great. I think that that's how you build a healthy community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, I think it's there's lots of ways to dehumanize somebody, but essentially it's Jesus says, I came as one who serves, and so Jesus showed up, and that was his mindset. I'm going to serve, and I'm going to carry these people, and I'm going to take their burdens, and et cetera, et cetera. And to be God is to be constantly the ones that's serving your creation because they're so dependent on you. And when you make somebody who's a human being a god, it doesn't work.
Right.
Eventually, people are going to crack under the weight of your soul, because no human being can bear the weight of another human being's soul. You can barely carry your own soul. First of all, that's what people don't realize about rock and roll. Like, these people have internal agony of their own, and that's why they make music in the first place.
Right.
So they're already torn up. And then here you come. Like, hello! They're like, oh, I can relate so much to your lyrics.
That's what I was going to say. I was literally just going to say that. I can relate so much to your music because it feels so heavy because I am heavy. Let me make you more heavy.
Hello! Hello!
Wait. Why aren't you saying, let me help you?
It's bananas. It's bananas.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So it was very, very explicit. She used the savior metaphor really well, and then it got translated into the actual into a church in the video, which I thought was brilliant.
Yes.
Hey, do not block this SchoolCraft's record label. She sent us the damn thing early, you bums. But yeah, I really loved it. I like the Gregorian stuff. She's at the end.
Vocally, I love what she does too.
Yeah.
How she goes high, and it's just good. It's very, 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 very pretty.
And it translates well live. Her? Who is it? At the Impact Festival. Evanescence.
Oh, yep.
Vocally, those are the two best female vocalists live that I've heard. Like what you hear on the record is how they sound live.
Yeah.
And then of course, Lindsay's stage presence is pretty unique in itself. But good lord.
And you know
this song is pretty. I
what
love
I always like about her stuff too, and this is probably controversial, but a lot of times, like, you'll see girls will put their body out on display when they're doing their music, and I don't see her doing that. Like, nope. I see her finding like outfits that are like really cool, but she's not like, I don't know.
She's presenting as sort of like a, what's that? Maleficent type character, where it's like this queen regal type of thing, and putting out that type of imagery. And I do think it's important. Like, I think that's important for girls to see. Look, if you want to show off your body, some people are exhibitionists. I get it. I'm not talking about that.
That's how I would be if I was up in there. I'd be more of like that.
Right.
But I really appreciate that what she does.
Right. But it is clear that music industry moguls and the record labels, etc., they absolutely they would prefer if the girl would put some skin out there. So that's what I'm addressing. Like, showing, hey, you can still put out a crazy image and a really good image that can have a lot of followers and be clothed. And so I do appreciate that. And again, if tomorrow Lindsay wants to do a song in a bikini, fine. Fine. That's more power to her if she wants to do that for her own reasons. But the record labels, I'm sure she could get picked up by some giant, whatever. But she's maintaining her integrity with that. And again, I'm not attaching value to the fact that she's not doing it. What I'm attaching value to is that she's being true to herself. Yeah, exactly. And presenting a feminine image in rock and roll that doesn't even imply some sort of sexuality. It's look, she's kind of like this regal goddess of the underworld type of thing. And then boom. And I think that it's always important to give people choices. Yep. So like I said, if you want to walk around and be naked and stuff on camera and do the Cardi B thing, great. I mean, you don't have to go that. But even like Floor kind of has she has this sexuality edge to her stuff, but she's not completely out there for everybody's consumption. Right. You know what I mean? So there's degrees and stuff. I'm like the Floor type of, but this I think can be appreciated. Again, you're going with who you are. Right. Without letting somebody else push you into what you need to be. So that's, do your thing. What do you give it? What do you give it? Ooh, I'm going with a 10, I think. I think it was really well done. I thought the music video was good, the production sounded good, her vocals sounded clear, I could understand what was being said, and I think that when you produce a song that is how you feel rather than how you should feel, I think you're able to sing it with more feeling, and I think your connection at the beginning with the phone was true, because you may not feel like that, but for me, I will shut off my phone and feel zero guilt about that. I don't care about that. I'm gonna spend time with my kids, or I'm gonna have moments with you, or whatever I want to do. I will shut it off, and I shut it off way more than you do.
you interact a lot more with people, and that's you being you. And I think that you should be you, and I should be me. And I used to feel guilty actually about turning off my phone and stuff like that, but I don't anymore. Now I just say, no, that's not me. You want to talk all night, or you want to do that, you can do that, and I'm not going to be upset with you for doing that, because I used to get upset with you for doing it. But now I'm like, that's you, and this is me. But there are times where your phone, it blinks, and you're asleep, and I'm annoyed that your phone just disturbed my sanctuary. So,
but my notifications are usually off. Like you don't hear it, but
it's a flash.
You see the LED flash.
I think it's my like white eyelids. You will sleep through the brightness of the morning, and it disturbs me and goes right. Orion's the same way. Our little 4-month-old, he's always trying to cover his eyes when there's a
Another benefit of melanin.
That's exactly what I think. I think it helps you guys with your eyes being shut.
Didn't help Orion.
No, but he's lighter than you.
He's got more melanin than you.
Yeah, but he's lighter than you.
Yeah.
So.
I don't have a problem when it goes off because I can answer or not answer. Whereas in the other situation I was in, I was going to physically see those people. And
Right. In front of everybody, they'd be like, you didn't answer my text. And they would always do it after somebody said, I'm so glad you messaged me that night. I really, instead of realizing, oh, okay, he was busy talking to somebody else, they're like, oh, so you were talking to, and then they'd be upset that you talked to someone and didn't talk to them. The audacity! It was crazy.
Much love to all of you.
Anyway,
I'm
so it's a 10 for me.
very happy to love you all from a very, very far distance.
Yes, he holds no bitterness in his heart toward any of you.
I don't.
Right. I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't.
What do you give it?
Because we've got, now we got the village. We
Yep.
don't have to leave all those people behind. Well, obviously, I can relate very, very, very highly to the music. And the other thing is, I like live. I don't know if it's live. I like to see the band rocking out to their music, to their own music. I love that. So she was doing that. I also love to see artists enjoying their own music. She was rocking. I loved it.
The drummer looked like he was enjoying it.
I wish the song was a bit longer.
Oh.
And I wish we had more of the Gregorian chanting, whatever. Like, ever since she talked about that a year ago, and the idea, like, I've been really waiting to see a lot of more of that, so like, I wish there was like another 30 seconds with her vocals going back and forth with the Gregorian stuff. This is a 9.9 for me. I really, really enjoyed it. The Gregorian thing really pushed it off, so I'm hoping there's more of that in the record somewhere. Maybe some antique one.
I'm sure there'll be something.
You can, show us something a little early. No. Yes. Give us more, otherwise you're a bad person, Lindsay. More things. Much love to the big homie SchoolCraft. Check her out. Buy her record. See her on tour.
I'm sure we're going to get some socials that we can put in our description links so you can find more of her stuff.
100%. 100%. Much love to the big homie at Lindsay SchoolCraft. And a big thank you for all the times you were a good friend to us, by the way. And I'm sure there's probably thousands of people that would say the same thing. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
And you take